So, it's time for another update. Whoa, where'd the shed go? Oh no, someone stole my shed. It's been stolen. Nope. No, it hasn't. There it is. Now, it's not actually done, but it's pretty close. So I figured I'd do another update. Before we get into that, this is all free firewood I got from a neighbor that they cut down a tree at their mom's house or something, and they had so much wood from it they didn't want it all. So I went and filled up the back of my truck until it couldn't hold anymore, and here it is. So I got to build a wood rack for that, and it's gonna go here, and it'll be, elevated a good distance off the ground so animals don't live in it and all that good stuff. Kind of like my old one, if you go all the way back in time to when I built that at the other house. So you can see the tar paper is not perfect. That's partially because the roof, there's something wrong with the roof where this side of it is actually kind of tilted. So for it to be straight, like for it to be flush on this edge and the back edge, it had to sit at an angle. Or not sit at an angle, yes. Sit at an angle, but also be flush at the same time, which makes no sense. Obviously, something is out of square, but that side went on right. And then the instructions are like, once you have one on square, the other one will go on perfectly. So that was a lie. But all I did is, there's a 4x8 piece here, and then there's a piece here that's maybe a foot long. So I pretty much, the gap here was 0, and then at the back side of the shed, it was like 6 inches or something. So I just took this and I cut a piece that size, put it up here, and then the space down here was also uneven, so the other part of it matched up and fit there. So it's fine, and the doors open and close fine and everything. So I don't know where the problem is. I don't really care. It needs to still be painted. There's some trim that's not on yet. If we go inside, there's a whole bunch of junk. There's the paint. And so you got paint for the shed, paint for the trim. I had to use this to make spacer blocks to go under the doors because for some reason it wanted the doors to be 1.5 inches up, which would have meant they wouldn't fit in the openings. I don't really understand how that makes any sense. And then this here, you'd think I did something wrong because there's a screw like stabbing through here, but it did not specify how far up in the hinge plate you were supposed to put the screw. So really I need to back that out and put that up in here, but whatever. It's got this nice fancy little bolt thing, so you can actually oh yeah, you gotta push it up first. I'm dumb. Yeah, push it up, take it down, comes out, and then it goes back in so you can keep one of the doors shut. There's the rest of the tar paper. I'll need that for the roof on the wood rack. Now the door's going to close on its own, probably cluing us in that there's definitely something off about the shed, but there's a window, so you still have light. But yeah, that's all the trim that's not on yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it first, then paint the trim, then put the trim on, and then I'll just paint over the nail holes, which will be pretty small because they're finished nails. Got one box of roof nails for the shingles. I do have another one somewhere, but I have no idea where it is. So that's that. You got your fancy little latch mechanism here. You can put a lock on. That works really good. It is kind of dumb though, because the way they make you have the door in one piece to hang it up is to put screws in here, here, and over here. So you end up with holes in the stuff, and then you have to fill them in with wood putty or something, which I guess maybe isn't a big deal. So something you may have seen though, looking from over here, is that there's not a lot of room between the garage and the shed, and that made a few things a little bit interesting. But I can fit in here, like sort of fit in here, I guess, just not a lot of room left spare. I know it looks like something is off level here. I think the shed is a little bit like this way, but then the fence is that way even more, and it makes it kind of look weird. It's okay though. Got more tar paper hanging off strangely on this side. And then, yeah, you can kind of see the back wall has like a, I don't know if you can actually see it, but the back wall almost has like a twist in it where it's more out there. And then it kind of, it's probably thanks to the back wall construction, which you may have seen when I went in the shed, where it's literally a piece of wood here, and then one cross piece here, and then another piece of wood here, and then a cross piece here that sits on top of the side walls. So it's not exactly strong, but that's about it. Some of these pavers have tried to escape, mostly the corner ones from getting walked on so much. You can really tell over here, this one was mostly on sand, and you can see like both of these ones here trying to escape. That's fine though, because what I did before I put the shed down, there are pressure treated 2x4s underneath the whole thing that have been masonry bitted to every single one of these outside pieces, so none of them can move without moving the entire shed. So that's why like only this one is really moving, and then that one, because neither of them are attached, and then this row is not attached, but it's held in a little better. It's fine though, because this whole area here, probably all the way out to there realistically, that's all going to be like shored up against there, and then I'm going to plant stuff in it. But then we got, this is still here, that'll get chopped and put on the wood pile, and the grass hasn't been cut in forever because the shed was blocking the way into the backyard. But the rest of the lawn has been mowed. But yeah, that's probably more firewood than, that's probably 2 or 3 times as much as I had at the other house, so it'll be, that'll be pretty good. That'll last a long time. And then I'm gonna build a kayak rack along this wall somewhere, for that kayak and potentially other kayaks. But that's all I'm doing today. It's already like 5 something, and I don't feel like climbing around on the roof anymore. So that's it.